Well, Newcastle certainly turned it on this morning with some amazing colour. Got high cloud from right up to the north, right down to the south. G'day everyone, welcome to this week's video. As landscape photographers, we take a large portion of our images with wide-angle lenses to try and capture the scene in front of us. But sometimes the scene or the sky is so vast that a single image can't capture it all. This is where I use the panorama format. By taking a series of single images across the horizon and then stitching them together later on using editing software, we're able to create one large high-resolution image. Tomorrow's forecast for high cloud at sunrise is one of the best I've seen in some time, and I have a location picked out that I'd like to shoot a panorama. So it's time to clean my gear, charge my batteries, and get ready for an early start in the morning.
As I made my way past Nobby's Beach, the early morning colour had started. I was reminded of another panorama I captured in this location in 2021. Just set my camera up in portrait orientation and I've taken a panorama across the sky, and it's easy to see why we've got this sky. It's completely lit up 180 degrees right across the horizon. My plan was to capture a panorama of this beautiful sky with the iconic baths facade in the foreground. By using Google Earth, I picked this hill, Tramway Reserve, to give me elevation to be able to capture the entire sky.
Welcome to Newcastle. This morning we've got a beautiful sky here and I'm up high on the headland. And I'm going to attempt first up this morning to try and grab a panorama of this beautiful sky with the Newcastle Ocean Baths in the foreground. Got some really nice high cloud on the horizon. I'm going to try and continue to capture this panorama before I lose this light, and then I'll come back and have a chat to you.
I had 180 degrees of colour before me, so I decided to capture from left to right over the whole scene. I also did several test shots across the entire sky just to ensure that my level is accurate. A few extra seconds here can save hours in post-processing. I also have an L bracket that allows me to sit my camera on top of the ball head. This limits distortion that can be caused by placing the camera to one side when shooting vertically.
What an incredible sky we've got here this morning. I've actually set my tripod up and I'm in a vertical orientation, and I'm just taking shots here and I'm overlapping them by about 1/3. Taking a series of shots right across the sky here. I've got my tripod set up perfectly level, my camera perfectly level, and just absolutely amazing sky here this morning at Newcastle. I'm actually just exposing for my highlights. I can lift the shadows later on. And currently I'm shooting at about 1/5 of a second at f11. We've got high cloud from right up to the north, right down to the south this morning. Just an absolutely spectacular sky, and I want to move around and get some other compositions, but I think I'm just going to sit on this one because this sky looks so good. Well, Newcastle certainly turned it on this morning with some amazing colour. Just an absolutely spectacular sunrise. Sun's probably about 10 to 15 minutes from rising across the horizon. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple more shots here, and then I might move down to the actual baths area and see if I can get some other compositions. But yeah, so far really happy with these shots and how this sky is looking this morning. Checking my histogram there, making sure I'm not clipping that sky. I've checked my tripod several times just to make sure that I've got this composition nice and level. I'm just focused in on the actual ocean baths themselves. Okay, I think I've got enough from up here. I'm gonna grab my bag and camera and frantically run down and see if I can get a shot from the other side there. Well, you wouldn't believe it. The actual ocean baths is closed today for cleaning and they've drained all the water out of it, so I won't be getting any shots in there. I'm just going to head up here to the Canoe Pool, as it's called. Beautiful little old swimming pool here, and I've taken a number of shots here over the years, so I'll grab a few from up here. Sun's not far off hitting the horizon, and I'm frantically running around trying to capture some different compositions around here, especially around the Canoe Pool here itself.
The Canoe Pool was recovering from a recent storm and was far quieter today than when I was there in a 2020 storm that pounded the coastline. The 100-year-old Ocean Baths had recently been renovated, with Stage 1 being completed in December 2023 at a cost of over $18 million. Stage 2, the facade upgrade, is in the planning process. This iconic location complements the beautiful foreshore and the active outdoor lifestyle of Novocastrians.
Just come down poolside here, and although that the pool's empty and it's just starting to refill, I'm just taking some long exposures here, just using some of the angles in the pool, so it's actually worked out to be a bit of an advantage. Having the pool empty, it's just slowly refilling at the moment. I'm just going to work my way around and just look for some different angles and shapes, see if I can come up with some other images here this morning.
Well, I'm sure you'll agree that was a fantastic morning at Newcastle Ocean Baths. I'm going to jump on the computer here and just show you how I stitch these panoramas together, do a quick edit on it, and then show you the final image. So as you can see, I've got all of these 8 images sitting here in Adobe Camera Raw. If you're a Lightroom user, don't worry, it's exactly the same sort of controls. But I'm just going to do a quick edit on this panorama to show you how I stitch it together. So what I would normally do is I'm going to select the first image, and I'm just going to come up here as I always do and just change that to Adobe Landscape. I'm just going to actually raise up the exposure just ever so slightly, pull down the highlights. These are global adjustments I'm making to the entire image at the moment. Then I want to come down to optics, and what I want to do is give myself my best chance of being able to merge this together without too much distortion. So I'm going to tick remove chromatic aberration, and I'm going to use profile corrections, and immediately that just changes the outlook of the image. It takes some of that warping out of it. Then I want to come down, and I'm actually going to go to the final image, and I'm going to hold down Shift. And what that's going to do is that's going to select all 8 images. Now I can make those profile corrections and the changes to the lighting across all 8 images. So if I right click now on that and come up to sync settings, click on sync settings, and then I want to check all. And what that will do, once I press OK, it'll carry across into all 8 images those changes I made to the first one. So I'll just click that now, and straight away those changes go right across to all 8 of those images for our panorama. Now the time has come to merge all 8 images into a panorama. What I'm going to do is click down on those images again, and I'm going to come up here to merge to panorama and just click on that. I immediately get a preview of what my panorama is going to look like. I'm using the cylindrical projection. I find it works best for these. But this is where you can see, by just keeping that camera nice and level and the tripod nice and level, we reap the benefits here now when we're going to merge this panorama, because we don't have any warping or any of the horizon out of shape. So now I'm just going to click on merge. Now we just let the software take its time to merge the panorama so we can begin our editing process.
The editing process was quite simple. I didn't have to do anything to vibrance and saturation as it was such a colourful morning. I did some minor dodging and burning and removed some distractions in Photoshop, and this is the final image. Well everyone, that completes this week's video. If you've enjoyed the video, then do me a big favour, go down below, give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel out. If you're new to the channel and you like what you see, I've got plenty more videos in my back catalogue. So go down there and subscribe. Tap that notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload my next video. If you've got a comment or question, leave them below. I'll always respond. Hopefully I'll be around shooting some more landscapes soon. I'll see you then.